This is King Kong, violin 2, starting from measure 157 to measure 170. Cuerno equals 66. So a few things. It might be helpful to think enharmonically. What that means is instead of thinking of the note as a flat, you think of it as a sharp. So for example, measure 158. Instead of thinking of a G flat, you think of an F sharp. It's the same pitch. And so you'd use your first finger just like you were playing an F sharp. The second note, instead of thinking D flat, you'd think C sharp. And then instead of the E flat, you'd think D sharp. Then in the next measure, you can cross over to the D string and think G sharp instead of A flat. And then I would just recommend staying on the D string. Extend your fourth finger a whole step above the third finger to play the B flat. And then you can use a second finger for G flat, just like it was an F sharp. And then you can use a low first finger for the E flat. In the next measure, again, I think D sharp, so third finger instead of E flat. Second finger F sharp instead of G flat. And then you can just tuck your first finger right underneath to play the F, and then put your second finger right back on top for the G flat or F sharp. And then you just cross that finger, second finger, over to the A string for the D flat or C sharp. And so hopefully it makes sense to you to think enharmonically. You don't have to do that, it's up to you. But I find that helpful. And so I would practice just for the pitch, make sure you're in tune, as beautiful a sound as you can, lots of vibrato. Smooth string crossings and shifts and dynamics, and that's about all that you should be concerned with for this excerpt.